Hello everybody, it's Sage Family Adventures and I'm Pamela and this is
Michael.
and this is my husband, guys. And we are here today to
Stay straight.
to make a vlog about how did we find each other. And let me ask my husband first questions and then he can ask me later. Okay, honey, how did we find each other?
By accident.
Tell them the story about it.
I met someone playing Texas Hold'em on the internet, became friends with them on Facebook. She was from the Philippines. I didn't know that at the time. And she had a boyfriend in the Marines, so I was friends with him. Started talking, then on the side of the Facebook screen it said, you might know this person. It was back when you didn't need to know somebody to ask someone to be your friend. And I said, oh wow, cool, I'll ask someone else. So I asked another person, and I talked to them a little bit, and then one day I seen a picture on their Facebook a couple weeks, 3 weeks later, and I said, who's this picture of you and these other girls? She said, those are my best friends. So then I asked them to be my friends, and one was Pamela. And then we started talking.
And that was the story of finding me in Facebook through a friend's account. So number 2 question, how did we start up in Facebook? How did we begin our relationship?
I asked you to be my friend on Facebook. And the first time we messaged back and forth, I thought for sure that you would unfriend me as soon as we were done. She asked me, how do you know me? And I said, from this friend of yours. I said her name, and she said, how do you know her? Now, I asked her to be my friend. How? Why? And I was like, just because, and the reason why, she was on the side of my screen, so I asked her to be my friend. She said, you ever been to the Philippines? I said, no. Why? And I was like, I never knew about the Philippines or anything about it. And she says, and that's how we started out our relationship. I thought for sure she wouldn't talk to me anymore, but she did, and she kept me as a friend. And then we started gradually talking on occasion, once in a while for the first probably couple of months. And then we started talking more, and then about 6 months, 8 months later, maybe close to a year, I said, well, if I come to the Philippines, will you be my tour guide? And she said, yes, I'll show you around. And I said, oh, cool.
And that's how we became friends, guys. And then building a friendship first before we get into a relationship of being a boyfriend and girlfriend. So what's the next step for you to do being my friend?
We just talked on occasion, I asked her how her day was. She asked me how mine was, and we just started out. We were just talking, and it was just a friendship thing. I wasn't looking for anything. I don't think she was. We were just talking on occasion. It was kind of cool. I knew someone from another country, and we got along. And like I said, after about 6 months, I asked her, or maybe a year, I asked her about coming to the Philippines, if she would be my tour guide, and she said yes. And then I thought, well, that'd be kind of cool. And maybe she likes me or something. So then we started talking more, and started. We talked for about 2.5 years before I went to the Philippines, and I finally went to the Philippines. I asked her to marry me because we were Skyping every day for probably a year and a half. We Skyped every day, probably 2 times a day. We messaged when we weren't Skyping. I'd come home from work, I'd eat something, and I'd go to bed, and I'd wake up at like 1 o'clock in the morning so I could talk to her before she went to work, because she worked at 3 o'clock. And we would talk for a little bit, and then she would go to work, and I'd go back to sleep for a couple hours, and I'd get up and go to work. And then when I get off work, I would come home and I would talk to her before she went to sleep. And that's how we started becoming boyfriend and girlfriend.
Becoming a boyfriend and girlfriend, guys, we started to have friendship first.
Yeah,
before
we started out with just friends.
Yes. We were building relationship first before we have this relationship as a boyfriend and girlfriend. So do you have any questions to me, Annie?
What did you think when I first asked you to be my friend on Facebook?
It took him long time to ask me that, right? Guys, I think for him, he is a kind and lovable person. It's just that it took me long time to accept his friendship, or to confirm his friend request in FB before, because I was in a bad relationship, or I just ended a relationship with someone, and I don't want to be friend, or to be attached to someone that, you know, that I feel comfortable or liking someone. That's how it is. That's why it took me a long time to accept his friendship. But here we are. I accepted him for a couple of months and we became friends since then, until we decided to become in a relationship. So next question.
And when I asked you about me coming to the Philippines, did you think I was going to come?
And to answer the question is, I thought at first he's just bluffing, you know, because there's some foreigners who wants to come in the Philippines just for fun, or to meet someone that I don't know if they are serious or not. So I was really surprised at first that he's really saying to me, oh, this is the time, or the place, the time that I'm going to arrive, the date and time I'm going to arrive in the Philippines, and so on and so forth.
Yeah, so you need to be off work for a couple weeks to stay with me and show me around.
Yeah, it is like that, guys. So do you have another question?
So how did you what did you think when you first met me in person?
What did I think when I first met him in person? Do you mean physical appearance or overall aspect?
Yeah, physical appearance and overall aspect. What you thought I was going to be and what I was when I got there. What you actually thought I was going to be when I got there, if you really thought I was going to show.
Guys, there's a story about that when he came in the Philippines, but I guess we tell you the story when next time, because our vlog will be very long. But all I think about him when he went to the Philippines, when first he came in the Philippines, I met him. He is kind and sweet, generous, and of course lovable. And guys, he's like that. And
what did you think I was gonna be when I got there? I mean, what did you think my physical appearance?
He's cute, guys. He was a no.
What did you think I was gonna be when I got there? I know you told me one time.
What did I think about you gonna be? Oh, I thought you were big, or you were you were what you call that?
Chubby?
Yeah.
She thought I was gonna be really fat and ugly.
Yeah, no guys, I thought he was chubby and big, but when I get to see him in person, I was shocked because he was thin and skinny and cute. So I was thinking about that, guys. So I really thought it's different in what you call that? Skype in person. But it is two-way different, guys. It doesn't mean the person in the video is chubby or fat. They're like that. Maybe it's just the camera or the angle or the what you call that?
Your view. Maybe it was your phone. I don't know.
Yes.
You looked fine in my photos or in my Skype.
Or something
video.
Like
you look good to me.
Thank you. Something like what you call that, honey? When you are good in photos or video, but in personal you're not.
Yeah, sometimes
there are people like that.
Sometimes people use photos that aren't really them, or they do, what do they call it? Touch up
for
photos
Photoshop.
and stuff.
Photoshop, honey.
Photoshop.
So
yeah.
guys, we're gonna tell you story about us more of us
to be
next
continued.
Time.
We have to get our son.
We have to get our son. So we'll see you next time. And remember, have faith, be brave, be happy, and be yourself always.
And God bless.
Bye everybody.
Bye everyone.